my channel. My name is Laura, and today I am doing Journal with Me in my reading journal. So I am going to put an entry and show you how I physically enter things into my reading journal, which is this one. This is the one I'm using for 2016, and what I put in here, and I'm going to share that with you. So here we go. Okay, the first thing I do I take the next page. So this is September. And I'm going to turn the page so I can have a fresh page for October. And the first thing I do is I write the month on the top. And this helps me when I do my videos and I can figure out what I am reading and when I do my wrap-ups at the end. So that's the first thing I do is put the month on the top. So now I'm going to go to Goodreads. And here's my Goodreads. And I'm going to click on My Books, because I did finish a book in the month of October, and I think I finished a book yesterday. So here we go. We are in the month to my read. So I'm in my read channel. So it says read. I read 398 books so far, if you can see that. Okay, so now sometimes it comes up, but this time it came up automatically the last thing I read. But if it didn't come up the last thing I read, I would click on this, it says date read. I would click on that and it would sort it to the last thing I read. So the last thing I read in October was October 3rd, and I read this book here. So I'm going to click on this book and it's going to bring it up big. Hopefully my internet works. Okay, so here is the book that I read, just finished, and I just completed it yesterday. Now, in order to print this, I'm going to do Control P, and of course, I can't do this with one hand. Okay, hold on a minute. So I'm going to do Control P. Let's see if I can do this. Control P. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Control P will bring up my print thing. So now notice that it will say 10 sheets of paper. Now I don't want 10 sheets of paper. I just want this first page. So what I do is in here where it says pages, I'm going to put this right here, and I'm going to put in 1. See that? So now I am only going to get the first page, and I'm going to print. And here it goes. It's going to my printer, which is my desk is a mess, so excuse my desk. But I'm going to go over here. Here's the book that I just finished. Here's the book I'm currently reading, and my printer is right there. It's going to shoot out the picture of the book. So just give me a second. Okay, so this is what I get out from the printer. It has the first sheet, it has the picture of the book, and this is the book that I'm going to use. And I take my trusty scissors and I'm going to cut this out really quickly. Okay, so I cut this out, and yes, I do have a lot of wasted paper this way, but I do like the size of the book, because look how nice the size is here. See, that's the book that I read. Very nice size. Okay, so I have a lot of scrap. Now this is garbage. I throw this all out. Okay. All right, so I have this little thing, and now I take my Tombow Mono permanent adhesive, which is scrapbooking. Yes, I'm a very big scrapbooker, and I'm going to glue this to my page. So here I go. I'm just going to put some glue on here. I'm going to take this picture, I'm going to glue it to my page. Okay, so all done. It is all done. So here I am. I'm going to put 4.5 stars. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1/2. And I am going to go back to Goodreads, and I go back to Goodreads. I'm going to scroll down a little bit. It is 240 pages, and it is right here listed. Where did it go? 240 pages right here. 240 pages. So I'm going to write that in my book. 240 pages. Okay, and then I'm going to scroll back down, and I am going to go to my review, because I already put it up there, and I'm going to read my review, which says 4.5 stars. This book could not be put down. I read it in 2 days. It is very heartbreaking. I did not cry, but felt lots of anger and hope. However, had lots of questions after reading it, hence my 4.5 star rating. Best to go into this blindly, not knowing anything. So I will take that and I will write that in my journal. Okay, here's what I wrote. I will also put how long it took me to read it. That's October 3rd to October 4th. I will put mostly of exactly what I put on Goodreads, I write in my book, but I also include in here a warning, and the warning is usually a spoiler, so I'm not going to share it with you. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. There is a warning there. Yeah, it's usually a spoiler, so it reminds me of what type book it is. So this book actually has child abuse in it. So, but I really enjoyed this book, but I had lots of questions at the end, and that's why I dropped it down a 1/2 star. So yeah, so there you go. Okay, so you just saw me write my journal, the book that I just read. Most of the time I do this right before I do my wrap up. Sometimes I'm doing 5 or 6 books at once. Sometimes I'll write it right away. It's depending on when I have time to put it in my journal. But I do have it before my wrap up. Everything is in this book. So really, really worth it. Highly recommend it. And yeah, especially if you're doing YouTube, you could definitely look up anything in the last 2-3 years. I have this journal, which is great. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I gave you some inspiration, something new. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.